Hey,
today.
hey, Q. I just got this wig today. It's lice and lashes. Uh, we had a really rough day today, as you could tell. We've had a lot of these pop off. I believe 3 of the ammunition one, and if I'm not mistaken, 1 or 2 of the laundromats. Now, when it comes to the ammunition one, we had a situation when we arrived. We had 3 individuals. 1 individual had a gun. I mean, gun. Firearm. Pistol. He had a hostage. Gun pointed to his head. Several demands were made. Uh, Eventually, they ended up taking off in a vehicle. We did not have the units to pursue, and the officer safety took place. Right, we secured the hostage. Our number one priority, of course, is to get the hostage safely. But you got to be careful. That location down there could be extremely dangerous. There's a lot of cranes, a lot of areas where individuals could be, and if they have a gun now, uh,
Are we out of sub
I
mode
really
yet?
advise with caution we respond
I
to
just
these.
realized
And
that
if we're going down,
I think
make
sub
sure you
mode's
have enough
still
units
on.
to secure and to maintain
Is it
negotiations.
off?
I
don't
mean,
know.
even if they don't, in theory, they could be getting one like fresh out of the container.
Mhm.
So you never know.
Okay.
You never know.
If we're still in sub mode,
Right.
We
The
can
other
take it
one
off.
though, the laundromat.
Oh, it's off?
We did
Okay.
apprehend somebody. That's gonna be Bones' incident. As far as I know, it was a Patar Baloch. that was
Yeah, I
apprehended.
actually processed him, so
there you
I
go.
was the one who slapped the
Perfect.
cuffs on him. I gave more info on that. So I'm not gonna throw up all the photos there. I mean, you could look up the incident. That's 2426, 2426. But basically, that one does take a little more time. We were actually tied up in an incident at the hospital, and it took us a couple minutes to organize the units to get on scene and get on scene. And even when we got on scene, they still needed a couple minutes. So I don't know if people were just figuring things out because this is the first time that we had seen this call come in as well. But this is one that it seems like is not like a smash and grab that they had to take the time for. I think it took us about 3 minutes to get on scene once the call came in, and then even while we were like organizing things, it took another like 5 to 7 before they were ready to go. So we definitely had time to organize things. You probably got time to get down there as well. We only caught 1 out of the 6. So, there could be stuff that we're missing here. But when we caught Patar, if you take a look, he had 3,000 coins on him. I mean, he's pleading not guilty. He ain't saying shit, but he basically was trying to get his coins back. So he's trying to claim in court that they're not related. But, like, it's a fucking laundromat. Like, where the fuck else are these coins going to come from? And he also had a drill on him. So, like, my working theory is that... someone was holding up the hostage, and then they're using tools, potentially this drill, to kind of get into the coin box and just pull them into sacks and taking them out of there. So if you do catch anyone else, since Patar pled not guilty, I'd appreciate if you could catalog if they have any coins or any kind of like loose tools on them, like a handyman might have, like those kind of things.
Nah, it's
Just to
the
add on
character.
that real quick. The robbery of the ammunition container, we did witness one of them open right in front of us. They did utilize some sort of power tool. I'm not sure the specific one, but they did have to.
Do you know if it was a drill?
It might have been. I'm not sure. Cornwood. I believe Cornwood got a photo.
It looked like a buzzsaw. Here,
Mm.
actually, let me pull my photos.
You got pictures?
Hey, yeah, because the thing we caught Patar was specifically, it looked like just like a handheld drill, like with the basic drill bit, like nothing special. But then again, that was just a laundromat, and they weren't drilling into like a fucking weapons container.
Yeah, no, he's.
There you go.
That's what I got.
Oh yeah, it's like a
That's a
fucking
really good
buzzsaw,
photo.
like a buzzsaw.
Actually, here, let me get a better one. Hold on.
That's a damn
Yeah,
good
it's a
photo.
saw.
It's a damn good photo.
That's a good photo, Cornwood.
I'm gonna guess that's when that catalytic comes in. Then is when they bust open that seal that's right there in
Yes.
front of them.
Yes.
Okay.
There's some sort of security system on it.
Oh.
When the lock breaks,
Such a
it
good
goes
picture,
off.
Cornwood. Holy shit.
It is as saw for sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They was out, and how long did it take them to clear that container out while you was on scene?
I'd say
Maybe-
no more than 30 seconds, right? Or
Yeah,
sorry, no
okay,
more
that
than
was-
no
no,
less
that
than 30.
explains it.
I would say 60, maybe
60, yeah.
60-ish.
Maybe around the minute, the mark between 45 to a minute and a half.
So at first, they opened one crate because we got a call for it, right? And then they just started to drive around, waiting for somebody to come with an hostage to probably open more. So yeah, be careful. If
actually,
you
you're
arrive and
right.
there's nobody,
Yeah.
they might be around just waiting for us to go in to go back. So be careful.
Right. because this specific incident, there were two cars that they arrived in. One was the initial car that was on scene, and another one came in with
I'm
a
taking
hostage.
notes. Sorry.
And that's the
I'm a
one
little
that came
quiet.
out with the gun
Trying
and in
to-
hand, pointing it at the hostage, and that's when negotiations took place.
Trying to
They were
figure out
around
and
the
learn
corner,
about
right?
this.
They were hiding.
Me and
Yeah.
me and Cornwood had arrived on the first call, but there was nobody there when we got there. The
Mm.
crates were already opened. There was I saw two cars speed off, and then one car started kind of circling us. I took a picture of it to put in the report. I got the plate on it. It comes back to Marty Banks.
We have no captains around. I can't onboard or hire anybody.
Kind of watching, and then after we documented everything, I started to leave. Then they came back with a hostage, and then that's when Aziz took over negotiation.
Yeah,
That was
that,
the
that right
second
there is the hostage vehicle. I took a hell of a lot of
Yeah,
photos.
amazing.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That reminds me, I have a million
The
photos
first
from the
one
street
came
race
back
today.
to Marty
Yeah, I
Banks,
gotta
I
put
think.
those in the report. Yeah, the first vehicle is Marty Banks. That one was not Marty Banks. That no.
This one was
I know that one. That was a car I was
Oscar
chasing
Buster.
yesterday. Yeah.
yeah, Oscar Buster.
Oh, really? It right before storm we had a shots fired from a trash
Trash
truck coming back to that guy.
Ugh, God, I'm stretching.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the other shit was that we got.
The up north, Cornwood.
Oh yeah, I'd love to talk about that. Yeah, so we got that. We got the Marty Banks car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the wrong one.
Nice.
We got the Marty Banks car right here.
I got another picture of it with him in it. That should be in the report.
Wait,
That's
what?
a
There you
better
go.
picture of the
With
car
him on
itself.
scene?
Yeah, but he was masked up and everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, might be enough.
Nah, I thought it was
Okay.
enough because we didn't get that car. We can't prove it hasn't been.
You said
tampered
this
with
one
or
was up
stolen or
north?
anything like that. No,
Oh,
this
Buccaneer.
This is still the Buccaneer way.
We'll
What-
talk about it after, Maple. We'll talk about it after.
There's another one of the other guy using the other buzzsaw drill thing. So they had two of them, is what that means.
Mhm.
And they were getting two at the same time.
Oh.
Do we know? Like, does the U-Tool sell those? Does the U-Tool sell those?
I haven't really been up there in a minute. If you guys could check and find out, because I've seen other people with drills, but I haven't seen.
You know, like the
I
these kind
saw-
of drills, these kind of
Yeah,
drills.
this is a saw right there.
Cornwood, you're the picture master.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Really
got it down to a
detailed.
damn science.
I think just people need to remember that if they're using it in the
Didn't we
commission
say
of
there
a
was a
crime,
Seminole there too? I don't know if I ran this plate yet. There's a Seminole right here.
Yeah, that drove past, right?
Those guys were, I think, on scene when we got there already. Cornwood. I saw that guy. Actually took a picture of him coming down from the Group 6 area. The guy on the right, I think. I mean, just a guess, judging on the back of his head.
It may not matter, but in the second and the third robberies of those, were they hitting the crates like in order, or were they just popping random ones?
They
Popping
were just
random
doing
one.
random ones, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
Let me run that.
Did it look like if they was like searching for a
Ian
specific crate, or do you
Newfoundland.
think they was just like walking up to one and then just hitting it?
It seemed like they came specifically, from my understanding, from what they said. They said they're here to pick up a delivery of theirs. And they didn't hit every single one because there were still some that were closed after they left and some that were open before they arrived, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
but
they have
I
their
guess what
own
I'm asking
some,
is like, did you
yeah.
hear him
Turtle
like,
and
walk,
Perkins?
like, in front of the crates? Like, oh,
there's
it's
there's
this
no
one,
captains
you know,
around
or
right now
anything like
for
that, or
anything
do
to
you
really
just pick
happen.
the
I know
crate
people are
and,
asking
you
if Dark's
know,
getting
like,
hired.
swing
If
at it to
Not
the
that
side?
I
there's
know
really
of,
nothing that
yeah.
I can do.
Okay, fair enough.
We're trying to do interviews and help out Turner,
Yeah, this
but
week comes back to
while
Ian
Zeiss is gone, there's
Newfoundland,
really
but-
nothing I can do.
Okay.
Tried to get Jackson hired on today. Can't do
vehicle.
anything without Slacks
What about-
around.
so,
So.
yeah, there's a bunch of them. I have another plate too. This one. Shit, what?
That's not.
Oh.
No, it's this one.
Yo,
Cornwood?
Drake?
I don't know why that keeps
Oh.
happening.
It's okay.
No search warrant. Search warrant for
What's
what?
the plate for this one?
Comes back to Philip Lynn. He doesn't have a profile.
Wasn't Brutal part of 4.0 already? I have no idea.
Neither does Ian Newfounders.
I'm
Hey,
not
I mean,
sure.
They could be stolen
They
vehicles.
could have been stolen and they wouldn't be flagged anymore after the storm, to be honest.
Yep.
So speaking of stolen vehicles, myself, Aziz, and Denzel figured out some crazy ass shit with Johnson actually earlier today. So if you go to, let me see what report this is. This is a big one. Go to report number 1863.
You say 1863, yeah?
1863. Yeah, report 1863. So basically what's happening is there is like criminal supercar rentals that are happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we found a guy. There was a call for a drug sale that happened up in Sandy, up on Marina Drive, that Aziz and Denzel were responding to. So then I went to go back them up. By the time they got there, it had been too long, so they ended up leaving. And whenever I got there, I was like, well, shit, I'm up here anyway. I might as well patrol the area for a few minutes. Okay. I see a car, a blue Comet with a spoiler, go past me up in Sandy. I'm like, what the shit is this car doing here? And it was, driving kind of quick. I was like, okay. I wasn't able to get a plate on it or anything like that. So, and it went out towards Stab City. So I got on radio and I said, hey, y'all, I saw this car. Looks like it's stolen. I profiled the shit out of that thing. Okay. I said, this shit looks like it was probably stolen. So
Belong. Yeah.
yeah, just keep an eye out. Maybe there's going to be another drug sale. And that's the call. That's the car that we got the call for initially. Like 10, 15 minutes later, I just stay code 6 in the area. I see the car. Flag 1060. I start chasing after it. He's going like 93 miles an hour. He's running through stop signs, all this shit. When I pull him over, he tells me this is a rental. I'm like, what the shit are you talking about? There's signs of tampering. There's it's flag 1060.
The photos weren't popping up before.
There's signs of tampering. And he's like, no, you don't understand it. There's a guy that I got this from, and I need to go return it to him. So I'm like, what the shit are you talking about? I didn't know if this was like some crazy ass, this guy's, it's typical, right? Oh, it's my friend's car, whatever. I said, well, get his ass down here. And he's like, no, you don't understand. There's a guy that I got this from and I paid him for it. It's a rental. So what do? We end up escorting him and saying, hey, look, we'll cut you some slack here. We need to find out whose car this is right now. And, otherwise you're the one getting the joyride in charge.
I'm trying to make sure that Cornwood's not flying too close to the sun with.
He ends up taking us to this guy who is actually renting out these vehicles. He told us there is no rental papers, that he had a list of like 10.
I don't know if the location of it
choose from as a rental.
I don't know.
Up until the next tsunami, so that he gives it to you. They're already flagged 1060. There's signs of tampering on them. Like I said, no rental papers. So there's times where folks,
as long as he's not flying too close to the sun with this, finding like
if this guy moves around every few hours. He doesn't know if he stays in the same spot every tsunami. He has no idea. But he said the cars go upwards of probably 150, 160. He said his Comet, he was easily getting a 130, and he thought that he probably could have, if you pushed it, he probably could have gotten a 160. I believe he said.
Did they give a cost associated with this rental?
I think
1,000, right?
Yeah, I think he said it was almost 1,000.
You're telling me $600 for an ingot over at the apartments, but $1,000 for a supercar?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. This is giving Hellcat for $5,000 on Life Invader.
Yes. Hey,
it seems a little suspicious.
Well, I'm telling you, I pulled out a video camera and I'm like, look, we're gonna record this whole damn thing. So I got the whole thing on cassette tape, threw it in the evidence locker, and there it is. I had my camera out the whole time, cassette tape. Myself, Denzel, Aziz, Johnson, we all got it taken care of. So he said this is something that he just heard about, and he doesn't know many people in the city even know about it. So we just happened to get the right guy. This guy had basically no criminal record at all whatsoever. He like ran a red light or something, or turned left on a red or something. So yeah, this is a big one. And it also means that this is probably something we have to take to Nakota and have Nakota push this in city council meetings and say, hey, if people can just go rent cars from this guy who's supposedly getting these illegal supercars that are stolen and they're fast as shit, then what the hell are we supposed to do? So maybe it'll constitute some budget for us to be able to get some of those nicer cars that we've been testing recently. Yeah, that guy just started singing. I mean, I felt like I was at a damn opera. So
Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm here.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. To add on, we've had an investigation launched into the key frequency tool. We do know that a lot of these high-end vehicles are being stolen from the Vinewood Hills. We're pushing it up to the council now. We're waiting to hear back.
That was already passed, no?
Yeah, it hasn't been passed, but we're just waiting on a confirmation on
Supposed
making
to
it
be.
criminalized. Yeah. The possession
So-
of that tool will be seized moving forward, I believe, once that is all set in ordinance with the DOJ. But we do know that in the past, we've caught individuals who have stolen cars from Vinewood Hills, have taken them to locations near Sandy, near Palito, near Harmony, where they break down the vehicle parts. Now, this is the same vehicle right here. This is the vehicle that the individual claimed that he rented. This is a high-end sports vehicle, okay? We see a lot of these vehicles up in the hills as well. So we don't know yet, but I'd like to see a little bit more information, more patterns, more investigation launched into this.
Do you think people already like on the race today that we got? Do you think people went to
Potentially,
rent
yes.
cars to this guy?
Possible.
They could have. Yeah. I
definitely
mean,
possible.
if any of them were flagged 1060, and this is what the guy looked like.
Mhm.
Yeah, he straight up took us to the guy, and we didn't talk to him or anything like that, but I mean he told us everything, and it's a done deal. So I have a little report written up there. I don't know how comprehensive it is right now, but that video,
I'm starting to lose interest in this
I
meeting.
should put that video in
Please.
evidence as well.
Please. Break me out.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
But it's straight 20.
I want to
maybe 20
break
minutes
free.
of
I want to break
20 minutes. It
free.
might be like even 30 minutes.
It's a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I record that whole shit. I felt like one of them damn kids, them damn YouTube, them folks that download the YouTube on their phone. You know what I mean? They do that shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's yeah, that was good stuff. Oh shit, it's like 30 minutes.
Yikes. Okay. I have a few things I need to bring up.
Yeah, go for it, Maple. Go
for
for it.
real quick. First thing is a bit more important one. This is happening. So as you see, twat here from Mr. Gabon and retweeted by Paris Argo.
Gabon?
#kill the government. So people are upset about their electricity bills and their house bills. Some people have very expensive ones, and because of that, they have decided to go and start threatening the treasurer because they think it's her fault. So there's a bolo currently in regards to threats against the government, city council, with more detailed twats and whatnot. Some of which specifically targeting Etta, who is in the back over there. On shift 2, she was given permission by McNulty to be on police ride-alongs for her safety since she's been getting these threats. So just something to keep in mind, to keep an eye out for. If you see people twatting about this stuff, to document it and track it. And it may be very, very important if something does happen to the city council members down the line. So that's one thing.
I will reiterate on that real quick before moving on. I need to make sure everybody is reading that bolo. There is very pertinent information for Etta.
It's not just Etta either.
It's not. But there's information for Etta in there, and there's also information for others as well. And that will probably get added onto. Pretty much everybody in city council is just to be assumed as a potential threat right now. Just bear that in mind.
Potential threat, yeah. So yeah, if you see any twats or anything about that, make sure you guys add them to that report, add them to that bolo, just so that we're all up to date, know what to keep out for, and keep an eye out for, and make sure that we're able to help them when they can't help themselves. Is he?
Oh, I'm just in shock that my landlord would say something like this. Or
Oh.
ex-landlord. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really think you know
That's
somebody?
You guys
That's-
think we could get him for treason?
You know?
Doesn't it have to be a
you
hack?
know.
It's not that far-fetched.
Right now,
It's-
no.
I've heard crazier.
I was gonna say,
You gotta-
I think right now, no, but I think you probably have a case to build on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and the other thing I have is less crazy, but it is related to cargo fast time. We had another street race today. This one took place in the city. I'll move a little bit out of the way. This is a circuit that they followed within city limits. We are unsure as to where the start-finish line is on this race, but that was the track followed. It kind of took us all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a pterodactyl.
Was this one a sprint or was this one laps?
It was
Pterodactyl,
laps.
dog. That's
It was
Yoshi.
laps,
what you
right?
talking about?
Oh my lord! It
is
does.
Yoshi.
Not
It
that
looks
I
like
know.
Yoshi, yeah.
Not that I know
It's
what that
definitely
is.
Yoshi.
What?
Yeah, that's now the second track I think that we have outlined in terms of.
If that's not
of
called
these street
Yoshi, I
races.
don't know what is.
Actually, I should probably make a dossier with all the outline track.
That would be
whatnot.
good. I
would
don't know
be
if
a good
there's
idea.
one already, but that would be really good. We have a few
Uh,
tracks already, right?
Dude,
And
We have this one, and I know we have the Sandy
Oh,
slash Grapeseed
that's
one. I
the
don't know if we have
track
other
they did.
and
Yep,
the one right
that's
here.
definitely it.
I'm gonna put this up for you guys as well. My partner Denzel
Fuck!
received a text message to our website today.
God
I want to
damn
direct
it!
y'all attention to report 1847. With the
14.
assistance of Officer Riley, we were able to crack and access the metadata and break into some Matrix level shit. And he was able to get access to the password and get into the website itself. Now, if you guys look at the report 1847,
Oh,
we had
1847.
information pertaining to a race that was going to take place. Unfortunately, it was not the same track that we had thought in line. So we're not sure if this was to throw us on a goose chase or maybe the
Ooh.
information was leaked that we received this. So the track was changed. But ultimately, this was the track that I believe they were going to go for today.
Whoa.
Yeah, but instead they did the Yoshi circuit. The Yoshi
Instead, they
circuit.
did the Yoshi circuit. Mm-hmm. I believe it's Wednesdays and
Whoa.
Fridays, if I'm not mistaken. that these
What?
will be taking place.
Looks like a dick and balls on the left.
It does. It does look like one, especially how they loop around right there. It's like they did that on purpose.
What's that street name again?
Which one?
Where the Dick and Balls is?
Davis? I
Wait, wait, Exceptionalist?
Davis and New Empire Way. is
New
what it looks
Empire,
like.
yeah.
Looks like the loop on New Empire Way.
That's a sad set of testicles.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how else to put that.
It's been an eventful shift.
And
that's-
then the only other thing is that looks like the stuff that Nakoto managed to push through for us last weekend got pushed into legislation. A lot of things got the times and fines increased. I think it's on that announcement that the Chief Justice guy did. The Chief Justice guy did.
And a lot more legislation as well. Adoption policies, expungement. I heavily advise everyone look through the new legislation. There's been a lot of announcements.
Hey,
A lot.
I read through the adoption policy. Doesn't that kind of violate freedom of speech?
Which one?
Adoption policy.
Yeah, I was actually questioning that one too. I think it does. but-
Adoption policy?
Yeah. if you
Sue the state and
if-
find out.
Yeah, apparently if you state that you have a kid, but it's not recognized by the state, you can get fined for that.
No.
I mean,
I
why,
don't-
why don't we have Margaret here explain it? I mean, wasn't she?
Marguerite, come
Oh,
on.
yeah, Marguerite.
Oh yeah, that's the
sorry.
other thing. Yeah, for those of you who didn't read the report, Etta will be going by Margaret by all of it.
Marguerite,
Marguerite.
come on.
Is Marguerite able to
Allez,
provide some
va au
clarification,
podium,
some
devant.
clarification?
What about the adoption policy?
Oh, I guess I don't know what's the
If you
yeah,
can, oh.
Yeah, are you able to? Are you
Okay.
able to?
Well, I mean, yeah. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, first of all, let me just say that I was the only council member that voted against this.
Because it
Basically,
violated freedom of speech. Freedom of speech.
well, no, because I wasn't going to dismantle my family legally. So, what? So basically, it is due to people in the city who have previously just kind of randomly collected adults like Pokemon.
Are you talking about Rod Long?
I don't know of Rod adopting any children, but more like Sam Bass, or rest his soul, or Raymond Romanov, or Fiona Stewart. I think at one point Ash Ketchum also adopted the entire Vagos gang once upon a time. Things like that. Anyways, so to avoid the social erosion that would cause, the council members who brought it forward felt that it was a good idea to limit their people's abilities to adopt and create these quote unquote family bushes. So one adult is able to adopt one other person for a fee of $30,000. For the moment, it's just limited to one. However, we are thinking about increasing that limit. Eventually. So in the event of married couples, I believe,
God damn it.
Each spouse can adopt a person, and then those people can be siblings, I guess. I don't really know. I hate the whole thing and think it's stupid, but
How do you change
again,
the size
I
on
was the
the
only
font
one.
on fucking?
So,
I'm down to take the hit. I'll take this to court.
however, there is also an adoption fraud charge that was created to enforce this, which is a no-time $60,000 fine.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, I'll take this to court. I'll take the hit.
And then also there were $5,000 bounties approved without my that I wasn't consulted on. For anybody who snitches, that leads to an indictment on this charge.
I have a question I think no one's really thought of.
Yep.
Pushing these charges relies on us. I don't know if anyone in this room really wants to do that.
Oh no, trust me. I was the first person to bring up the drain on PD resources that it would be in an asinine attempt to enforce this. But hey, they did it anyway.
$60,000. That's more than a murder charge. I'm going for it. I'd rather charge
I'm
you
with you on
for
that.
this.
So what I would suggest is that if you do actually want to do something about this and get rid of this law, then I would create a petition and get signatures, because the more people that I can take before the council to show them that the people think this is stupid, then we can get it repealed. I have already gotten pushback trying to put forth a motion to repeal it for this next council meeting. But hey, I'm gonna keep doing it because I think it's fucking stupid. So
it sounds like someone just need to sue instead.
The law states you can't even say someone's related. Like if I call someone my brother or something like that.
It violates freedom of speech.
Well, as far I brought that up because of course Flop is my brother, and I was like, you're not taking my brother from me, and they pretty much said, oh well, it's not siblings because that's never been an issue. It's people adopting children, calling them their sons and daughters and whatnot specifically.
The wording of the charges, like I could grab somebody for saying that, literally.
Yeah, like that whole the family tree thing, I don't know. Like I said, everything is ridiculous and they want a lot of it, I guess, pushed to court, which again drain on resources. But what's up, Cornwood?
What about marriage?
What about it?
I mean, why don't instead of having a bunch of kids, maybe just everybody gets married? I think you have a bunch of you have a bunch of wives and husbands.
Yeah, well, they also put forth the whole marriage act, where now you have to pay $25,000 to marry somebody in
Oh,
this
shit.
new Los Santos government,
And you can't be
because
married to
Yeah.
somebody, it seems, already, just to clarify.
yeah, all
Yeah.
all
Can't be married to
previous
multiple
marriages are null and void in the eyes of the law. However, there is now spousal privilege, which there was not before. So
Yeah, well, all the fucking that
you,
happened,
a married
unfortunately, can't
couple
be
cannot
undone.
testify
So,
against each other. All communication between said couple is also protected. However, there are stipulations. You have to be married for at least 21 days before spousal privilege kicks in. And you can't
right.
have any current pending court cases or charges against you, or a judge can deny your marriage.
So, question.
Yes.
What if you don't actually adopt them? Just call them your kids. I mean,
That is adoption fraud.
That's the
oh yeah, that's the
that
adoption
will get
fraud.
you
Yeah,
a
true.
60,000.
So I can't have like 3-4 mummies.
Hey
No.
guys, I have 2 adopted kids. Anyone want
Alright,
to charge
put
me?
your hands-
I'll gladly
Put your
take it
hands
to
up if
court.
you have multiple moms or dads.
No mummies.
Trust
not
me,
moms.
Nakota and I did bring that up, and we were like, it's literally going to be impossible to enforce this.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Nakota
gonna
just
prove
kind
it.
of laughed and said, "Well, good luck trying to enforce this, because it's gonna be really hard."
Hey,
At the end of the day, it falls on us. And
But there is no
I ain't
marriage
for it.
fraud,
Somebody
so
just
I
say it.
mean, you can still keep calling your
I don't
spouse your
care.
spouse. So
I mean, technically, with this adoption policy, you can't.
no, your spouse. You can.
Well,
call
I mean,
your spouse
that's
your
a
spouse.
relation. That's family.
I would think he's no
You're
longer my
stating,
husband, he's my
literally,
bitch.
the wording of this fucking charge says you can't have any sort of relation to another person like that.
No, but it refers it back to the legislation, which is specific towards like your kids.
Yeah, like kids, grandchildren, things like that. That's what it's.
Oh, as per the
referring to.
adoption. Okay, yes.
Mhm.
Oh, and also the everything got passed for the criminal possession of a government issued weapon. I just saw that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now
you
that
get
is
ridiculous.
probably the great
$100,000.
thing. Yeah. So
that's the other thing. I mean, just a lot of legislation things have been updated. So if you haven't read through it, update yourself on.
yeah.
Is
again,
adoption fraud a felony?
And no, it's
No.
not. No, it's not.
Oh, it should be.
It should be.
They made evidence tampering a felony though, so yeah, that's a
Oh,
lot.
Like I
that's-
said,
that's a
you
lot
know,
heftier charge now. A lot heftier charge.
the louder that people are about how much they dislike this, the easier we can get it repealed. So,
I got documents started in the
I
PD and
love
get
it.
every name signed in the PD who's
please
against
do.
it.
Please
have a
do.
question,
Because the more
Marguerite.
names that I can bring forward, the better. Because it's just going to look like I'm biased, which I've already been accused of. So, yeah, the more names that I can bring forward, the better.
What? Can I have a question, Marguerite?
Pretty sure there's
Mhm.
a book on this.
Which one of the legislations people are mad at you for? It's all written like put in place by Corain.
Legislation isn't what
It's
why
the-
they're mad. It's
It's the tax.
it's
The tax,
the
the bills are-
taxes and the utility bills, because apparently they've never paid a utility bill before. Surprise Pikachu. So yeah, now all of a sudden it's my fault, and I'm a corrupt fucking rat, and yeah.
Well, hold on. So, okay, this is semi-related, but
She also didn't even know that they were coming in.
Yeah, I didn't know about him either, so it was a surprise for me.
Here's the ongoing concerns
Mhm.
regarding recent legislation involving
Okay, well, semi-related.
adoption policies.
$25,000 to get married,
Yes,
and $25,000 to get divorced, right?
that's correct.
Can you marry something that isn't a person?
I
see where you're going with
believe
this,
it
Cornwood.
specifies
Cornwood, you
in
cannot marry
there
the
that
Texas
it
flag.
has to be.
You're gonna marry your gun?
Oh my god!
I would
Cornwood's gonna
love
try
to
to marry
marry
his
the
gun.
law.
I don't have access to my
Oh, I
MDT,
know
so
who
I
judges
can't
it.
see it. But
Weird thing.
Cornwood's
I'm
about to
ordained.
marry the
But you
American
like to marry
flag,
the laws?
the law,
the
the
marriage
gun.
act is marriage between
I would like
Texas
to
flag.
marry justice, and I
Yeah.
don't mean the justice from the middle of unicorn.
You
I
could
mean
try to
justice,
marry
the real
Lady
one.
Justice. You could argue that that's a person.
Here are
that's
the
a
ongoing
person.
concerns
Oh, that's a
regarding
good
recent
point.
legislation involving
What if you
adoption
wanna
I
policies
mean,
and
hey, if
adoption
you
fraud.
can argue it.
And Cornwood, you could only get married once, so you gotta do it quick. You gotta do it quick.
Well, I
can get
think it's
married one
you can only marry one person at a time. So
Wisdom
like
does
you
not come
can't go and
forward.
collect a whole bunch of
Uh,
spouses
Impeding
to
on
get
religion,
spousal privilege. You know,
So,
so
I got married in Quebec, Canada. So you mean
Yeah,
that
husband and
now
two.
I'm not married anymore?
You gotta
not
refile.
not
Especially not if it's in Canada.
Well,
Good lord.
you're married in
Especially
Canada. It's
Quebec.
just not
Yeah.
Voices
legally
of concern
recognized.
It's
in
just
most
not
have
states.
legally
come
recognized
forward.
here, yeah.
Okay.
so
That's
there
good.
would be no spousal privilege.
How do I get
so.
ordained?
It's by
Really
by
quick.
God.
I think
how
I'm
do you
done
get
here.
How
married?
do I get ordained?
Really quick, if anybody wants to vote against it, I'm currently writing it out, but PD.ca 1887, I'll go ahead and make sure that this gets forwarded over to Marguerite. But please feel free to add your name to the list if you are against it. This way they have a head count on us.
Not to,
1887?
not to step
I
on
don't
Marguerite's
have-
toes, but wouldn't it
I
be
don't have
more
access to
appropriate
that.
to go to Nakota? Go to Nakota, like he's our voice on the council. No,
Yeah,
offense
that's-
to Marguerite.
No, that's fair.
perfectly fine. Like he would be happy to take up. He's right there with me in all of this. So yeah, that's what. If it's the PD speaking up about it, definitely take it to him because we're just collecting them together.
Where's of concern have
so,
come
yeah.
forward? Like to.
Okay. Well, on a separate note, if any of y'all want to snitch on anybody who's doing this, report number 1888. I'll handle that.
Can I snitch
Yeah,
to myself?
I mean, I'm not gonna weigh in on this whole like adoption marriage stuff. But what I will say, when it's slow, I mean, 15%. That's 9K each. You could easily get
Yeah,
some
Kurt, I was
adoption
about to
fraud
say, you
stings
got kids
going,
or
and
what?
That's a lot of
Yeah,
money.
guys.
hey, that is a
Yep.
lot of money.
It's
It is a
a
lot of
millionaire. You
money.
can just find me.
I got appliances to pay for. Anyway,
Pills, guys.
unless somebody else has something incredibly important, we've been in here for like an hour.
I have two
We need
adopted
to get out
kids.
This is coming from Barrett, the guy that walked
Put
in
your
30
hands
minutes
behind your
late.
back.
It's a
You got it.
misdemeanor.
It is a
I
misdemeanor.
don't know
It's
if
just
I have any
citation.
adopted kids. I don't
you
know.
just hand him a bill and walk
I'm
away.
42 years old. I'm now single. Like since
Yep,
today,
I have two
I was
adopted
married. I'm not
kids,
married
guys.
anymore.
All right.
Wait, how do we know he doesn't have
No.
everything
Get out of
done
it.
legally?
Oh, I don't know.
What do you mean? No, it's not illegal. It's only illegal if you don't go
It's
through the
time
official
flop.
process.
I'm
I
writing
have
this.
two adopted
No,
kids.
but you
guys.
can only
They're
have
my
one
children.
regardless. So, anyway,
I mean, outside.
I refuse to tell
y'all,
you
before
that.
we go,
Okay.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for
all.
all.
All
Amen.
honor
of
the
us
Texas flag. I pledge allegiance
I
to
pledge
the
allegiance to
Texas,
thee,
one
Texas,
state,
one
under
state,
God,
legislation.
one and indivisible.
one and indivisible.
Bear with me. Give me 1 second.
Oh, sorry. If that laundromat get robbed, could someone just shine a flashlight on the scene? I don't know if we cleared the building after. See if anything gets left behind on that.
Can I ask you a quick question? You need money, Barrett? You got a few minutes?
You're gonna do it.
Well, guys, I'm
You're
single.
gonna do it.
Oh yeah.
Also, you're single.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm still
You're not
unmarried.
married
It's just I
anymore.
was
will
married. I was
follow-
fucking married in
I will
Germany.
follow through and sue the state.
Yeah, it doesn't count here, so you're not married.
Okay, yes, legally it doesn't count, but I'm still fucking married. We're gonna
Yeah, I'm
like
still
we're
married.
gonna
Fuck.
fucking pay it up and shit at some point. I just gotta talk to my wife,
Yeah.
and I also need to get the money.
I don't
for
think
it,
I'm gonna
'cause
be
I
able
bought
to
a
talk
car,
to my
so-
wife because my wife just disappeared. She wrote a note
Well, I'm about to
saying
go
you're
off
too good
duty,
for me,
so-
and she left.
Damn,
I don't
that's
know where she
crazy.
is.
Another time. Another time.
Yeah.
That's so
Alright.
crazy.
My love of my life, Dakota Bell Tower. I will always remember her.
I
Due to
miss Bell
ongoing
Tower.
concerns regarding recent legislation involving
crazy that she would just leave you
adoption
like
fraud,
that.
the
That's
charge
crazy.
voices of concern have
Yeah.
come forward with the following.
I mean, it's just
What'd
a
you
lie.
Nothing. We were just together in Quebec, Canada,
Yeah.
and she got a job offer to be a cop, like where she used to come from, and
All right.
I didn't want to
Yeah,
forward.
Who
yeah,
named-
I have two adopted
Who needed
kids.
me? I'm sorry.
I
Can you
needed
add
you.
my name to whatever list that is? Because I don't have access to that report.
Sure. Bear with me. There's no
Charges
rush to
didn't
get it.
say
Just it's 1887. I'd rather you
I
sign
know.
it yourself.
I know it's 1880s. I know it's 1887, but I'm dispatch. I can only view reports and
Oh,
dispatch reports.
you can't see investigative?
No.
Really?
Why would I be able to see investigative?
Yep.
You can't make like civilian reports?
Yep. That's how the charge reads.
I can make a dispatch report and a regular report.
Aziz, you have
That's
no
it.
picture on your
Gotcha.
profile.
Okay.
As such, that's the only things I can read. I think I can make one other report. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay.
I like your
you
picture,
flexing on me?
Belle.
I can make a PD document as well, but obviously I'm not going to do that.
Let me flex on
Maybe.
you.
You too? What the hell? How come I don't have? You think I should do it with my Jazzy's hair?
I think I need to find
should-
someone to adopt.
I look good
Okay.
with this hair.
Do you
I'm
want
gonna
me to
do
take
You need
that.
to find a senior, like.
I'm gonna go find. I'm
What
gonna
do
find people to
picture,
adopt
What do you
first,
need?
and then we could go through with this.
He needs
Hello,
his picture
senior
on his
officer
profile.
Flop.
Would
No,
you?
I haven't adopted anyone.
Do you
but I
want to
just
stand
need
against
to
something?
search,
I'll
so
snap
I'm
a quick
taking
photo
part.
for you.
Are you able to throw it in?
Yeah.
If you want to just grab my photo on my profile. I
Yeah,
have a
that's fine.
photo
I'll
on
just
my
do that real
profile.
quick.
It's not in uniform. Is that okay?
Should be fine.
I mean, the charge
I look
says you
good in
can.
that
I want to
photo,
get a.
huh?
I want to get a staff picture taken at some point.
Also,
Like a
Flop, that
Moses.
report that I was talking about, that I wanted to talk to you about, nothing too major, just decapitation
This is
in
good
Play-Doh.
looking guy. Damn.
Nothing too major, just somebody's dead and their head was cut off.
Well,
I
what-
documented
Was
it.
there a
but-
further investigation done? Like, do we know who it was? What their name was? Sorry,
Flop.
you've been added to the list. Yeah, what's up?
Ember Quinn just
How do I
said
arrest
two
someone
people
for
that found
adoption
Reach
fraud?
just
What
sent me a
proof do I
picture.
need?
If they're a government employee, then you would have to essentially put it up on the docket.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, have fun with that. Have fun with being put on
Kurt?
blast for that.
I will gladly be put on blast. I don't care.
Wait,
I
what do you
mean-
mean I
I
gotta
mean,
put it on
Pinzone.
the docket?
Wait, do you want to be adopted
Charges
or
against
like
government
be
employees must go on the docket.
or adopt?
Well,
Huh?
but I can't just charge him right now and then write the report.
Nope.
And then
it
I gotta
needs to
put it
go
on the docket.
It needs
Nope.
to go on the docket.
You gotta
You
write
gotta
a,
do all the work if you want that money.
write a
all you
report,
really
get the
care
charge
about.
set up, get a lawyer yourself, submit it on the docket, and if you're submitting it yourself, export the report, have it attached as evidence, and then go from there.
Wait, so if I want to sue a government employee, I don't even get the money because I can't charge them if.
No, you get
Going
to
on the
charge them
docket.
at court, but
If they're found guilty, you charge them then.
yeah.
I don't believe that for a second. There's a judge that's gonna be like, I'll do the billing.
Hello, it's me, Flap Dugong. I just went to court over a government-issued firearm, and the person was found guilty, and I got to charge him. It's gonna
Pinzone,
happen.
Is it?
Maybe
hold
I
on.
should sign off
Pinzone,
duty, guys.
question for you. Is
Still
it
government-
because
you're still a government
care about
employee.
enforcing the
Right,
law
okay.
as is written, or because you want money?
Enforcing the law because it's written.
So
And
why do you
Kurt's
care about
saying
the
he
bill
wants to
then?
appeal it?
So why do you care about the bill?
What do you mean?
You said a
'Cause
judge
I'm
is going
a-
to take that. Why do you care about that?
What
It
do you
sounds
mean?
like you want
the
a quick
money?
cash grab. That's what it's coming.
Well, I
off.
mean, they're paying 5K a bounty. I mean, why else would they put a bounty if it's not a cash grab?
You know what? Take it to the bounty board. Take it to the bounty board. Then someone
I
else
mean,
can
I
arrest
do hate to say it respectfully, as much as I think that it's dumb to, force the hand on that on the docket. It is up to a judge to take, and if a judge wants to take it, feel free. But they also did sort of incentivize the entire thing.
They did incentivize. They said 5K for people who snitch.
Then I'm a sue the state for breaking my freedom of speech.
Yeah, I get money. Kurt gets money. We all win, and the world is saved.
I mean, I think that if you got enough people to bring, and I mean, honestly, I think a class action would hold more value than bringing it in on an individual level. To just pretty much, state that this goes against your First Amendment right.
Yeah, anyone could join the class action. You don't have to be involved.
That's why I'm noting everybody down in this PD.ca. Honestly, anybody that wants to be noted down, please feel free to put your name on. Because I'm just going to bring it to Nakota. And if enough people put their votes in, that can get brought up. And if it's not honored, I don't mind just exporting it, getting a lawyer. And honestly, at that point, I don't mind taking it to court.
How much could you sue the state for violating freedom of speech, you think?
I don't think there's a limit.
I'd be
And
respectful
then
about it.
technically, wouldn't it be a Supreme Court decision?
Mm-hmm.
We got a Supreme Court up in here.
I don't think so. I think Chief Justice would just do it because these are imposed by the mayor, right?
Well, technically, we need like the Senate, no? Oh God, I hate those guys.
Is there even a Senate right now?
I mean, there probably is.
Because we have city council that serves the purpose of what the Senate used to be.
Good job. Good job.
Don't
Yeah, I
worry,
don't
Ed.
know.
I'll get this changed. Brute force it.
If you sue the state, you would get a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
If you sue the state, you're also suing our paychecks.
I don't care.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Paychecks. You tell me we get a pay cut if Kurt sues the state?
Give me a second.
They might cut funding due to the hit.
Jesus. Yeah, Kurt. Listen, you go about this how you want, but if anything, I'm with you on the adopted people. Okay, you know, because
Alright,
you go,
sounds
and
good.
then we 50-50 it.
I'll gladly take this to court. Easy dub.
All right.
Oh Jesus.
You're up next, Duncan.
All right.
All right. Rooftop or any other location of your choice.
How long is this going to be, and how important is it?
Before you take them to the rooftop,
Yes.
Important.
just real quick. Is there? I was told there was a way that we can do paperwork at home.
Sure.
Yeah,
There
alright,
is,
that's
yeah.
one.
It's pinned
You
in
don't have
our
that?
general. Just don't show it. That's for personal use. If that makes sense.
That makes 100%. Okay, I just wanted to double check with that because I got a lot of paperwork and
Flop.
Yo.
kind of want to get a crack on
Am I
it.
good yet?
I,
Hi, Duncan.
not yet. I saw you behind me, and I just put out a shout to everybody in shift 3 to say, hey, if you haven't voted and you've seen Liam, still.
Wait, you're still not a PPO?
Well, I'm trying to figure it out.
So he was a PPO. He was marked as a PPO. He is a fast track hire. The fast track hire was so if they're not labeled as a cadet, we can't make FTO reports. Every fast track hire still has to go through a couple sessions. And because he was marked as a PPO, we couldn't make proper like FTO reports for a cadet. So I put him back as a cadet for now so we can make proper reports. And I've just tagged to hopefully have people in shift 3 actually make a vote for you.
Who else is your shift 3 FTOs?
Matt Rhodes is one. Alice already got a vote in. Let me see. Who else are we missing?
Oh, Sky didn't vote, I guess. So it's Matt and Sky who didn't vote?
I haven't really worked with them that
Yeah.
often.
But you just need majority, don't you?
Is it majority?
Yeah, it's always been majority.
So let's break it down then. Everybody who has voted, we have a shift 2. We have
If there's 4, then I'm good, right?
It's 4 currently.
4, but out of the 4, aren't 2 of them? Hold on, I have to pull it back up. I know one of them
only
is
one is shift 2. It's Watson, Barrick, Slacks, and Flop. Those are the 4 votes. And the only
Slacks
2
is
shift
shift
3.
3.
Slacks is shift 2, but
He's
the
shift
only
2 and
I guess
3.
does Turner count as FTO?
technically yes.
Technically, yes. So it's what 3?
If I can get one more person
Rhodes is
to
around. I could just
yeah.
poke him real quick.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He said he hasn't seen him that much. So I took him out for a brief FTO session yesterday, and I mean you can read what I wrote there. It's pretty put simply.
Okay. And also, real quick, just for posterity's sake, and for because it's proper, since you're shift 3 and this is shift 3 now, I need to request permission again for Edda for shift 3 to ride with us.
Yeah, of course. That's fine.
Okay. People shy interceptor.
You gonna have a ride along?
Can we stop calling it an interceptor?
Yeah, I'll be with Edda.
Yeah, that's fine. You're good.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Liam, I just yelled and
Okay.
noted. I'm gonna be honest. If I can get one more person to vote, I have no problem pushing it. I need to be proper about it. It's not personal. I promise.
I mean, doesn't, no offense, but isn't Slacks the captain?
He is. Yeah.
Okay. Just figured,
I listen. I am fully with you. We're dealing with an issue right now where some people have been pushed, and there have been concerns. So people are a little lenient on the idea of writing their names down for people as a vote right now. I have ridden with you. I trust you. You've led more scenes than I've seen most of our other officers lead in this shift. I have no issue pushing you. I just need a majority vote.
Okay. All right.
I've put out the shout. I will poke.
Okay. Well, I gotta. Maybe I can. Is Rhodes going out? Maybe I'll just jump in with him and be like, "Oh."
Yeah, give him a call real quick. If not, I'll just bug him if you don't have his number.
I got it.
Okay, cool. All right, awesome.
All right, Flop.
For the record, I'm not spending an hour on the roof.
We will not be spending an hour on the roof. This should be maybe even less than 20 minutes.
Okay.
Hello. Important. It's three things of varying degrees of
Siri?
importance. Probably the first one's probably the most important.
Hey, Siri.
Or pertinent.
Hey, Siri.
Pertinent.
Set a
important.
timer for 20 minutes. Okay.
Some things I want a solution for, some things I just want to vent. Is that okay?
Duncan, I'm gonna be honest. I've been more a therapist for people recently. If you're gonna sit here and vent, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm at the point where I don't really want to entertain venting anymore. If you have genuine concerns that are happening while people are on shift, I'm willing to take them. But I'm not gonna stand for venting anymore.
All right, then I want solutions to everything then.
Okay.
Okay.
You want solutions for everything, so do we all. This is already not off to a great start.
Yeah. Well. Okay. I'll start off with the pertinent, important stuff, and that is whatever I heard in that room downstairs. I feel like I heard behind me while the not marriage fraud, adoption fraud was going on. I heard a PPO frothing at the mouth to get easy citations that would get him a lot of money. I think he was less concerned about being for the people and enforcing the laws to help the people. He just seemed like he just wanted that commission that you get when you find people.
Duncan, you're telling me you've never once turned... I mean, okay, rebuttal. You just said that you're not enforcing a law. How does that look to the full officer?
Let me counter rebuttal. If there was a law that was like jaywalking, right? We'll look at jaywalking. Personally, I don't agree with jaywalking being a human right that it is now. But some people will look at it and go, there's a pointless waste of time law. This is a pointless waste of time law.
Yeah, I agree with you, but our job isn't to be above the law. Our job is to enforce it. Honestly, I see
selective enforcement.
I see less concern. Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna throw selective enforcement around, the reason why it's selective is because everybody has an opinion about it. Selective enforcement is a fucking opinion. But all I'm gonna say is that if someone's going to enforce the law, I see less concern in that than somebody stating flat out in a giant meeting room in front of everybody that they're not going to enforce the law. Respectfully.
I just think it's a waste of resources, as other people stated.
That's fine. It's a waste of resources. It's a law.
There's a thing of like, there's one thing of like, oh, well, it's right, and so we're gonna have to do it. And there's another thing of having the opinion that, ooh, I can't wait to get that fucking commission. Ooh, and frosting at the mouth over it.
Yeah, they're hearing about it in a meeting. You've never said anything just on standby. I don't see somebody actually going out and about and fucking pinpointing that shit.
Whatever. I'd like to move on to the next subject then.
Okay.
If that's gonna be a bust of just let him have his the money signs in his eyes. I've had a lot of conversations and the things that were said in those conversations that I didn't really I didn't wiggle my eye at immediately or find out that it kind of stinks, but then having a collective assortment of, you know, looking back at them, there's a stink. There's a stink, Flop. and I think I determined what it is, and I think that there is a lack of a lack of the how do I right now the 6EU seniors are essentially command, and that's the way most people should see it. But I think some people see the lack of command as a power grab, an opportunity, and it's sort of showing their insecurity a little bit.
Okay.
There's a difference between there's a difference between attitudes. It definitely, when I come to you and you're like, yeah, I want to hear people out, listen to them, help them out. You don't want this. It's just something that's happened to you. Is that a fair assessment?
I mean, partially I want it. I'm going to be honest, though. I want to be able to address and fix things that I can actually address and fix. I'll be honest, starting this off already, this is not something I can address and fix. Chain of command is hired from the captains. There's nothing I can do to resolve that. I'll bring that up with them. I've already explained the point to all the captains that our chain of command is that if you're not available, we are acting captains. I don't know what else there is to really say. I think they're aware of that. The fact that Turner's gone, I'm conducting interviews. I've talked to Slacks yesterday. I've told them flat out that, yeah, we have a little bit of a major imbalance right now, and it does kind of suck. And he agreed.
I've heard two things from two different people, and one of them was, I need lieutenant. I need lieutenant. The lieutenant is a goal. I need lieutenant. I have to have lieutenant.
Who is saying that they need lieutenant?
Somebody a month ago. I don't think they're getting lieutenant.
Okay, well, keep fucking dreaming.
Yeah. So the second thing I've heard was, and this could be chalked off to trying to explain something in a way that made sense, but it came off as insecurity. So I'm not entirely sure which one it was. But there's another officer who is a little insecure that he's afraid that new hires will outrank him. And it seems like it just, what I got from that after, thinking about it a couple days later was he wants to get senior plus before any new hires do.
Wow, that's really cool.
It just stinks. It stinks. It stinks. I hate the attitude. It just stinks.
Again, they can keep dreaming. If their goal is to, I got to beat everyone else, and they think that this job is a competition, then they have the wrong mindset on the PD.
Yeah, I think we have a lot of there's a hole, and I think people are willing to step on each other for it.
Listen, there's nothing I can do to resolve that. If people are going to try and go, rank hungry and not prove it in the field, the simple response is, if you want to make senior, prove it in the field. If you want to prove yourself, prove it. Show me you can do it. Don't assume you're just going to be given treatment because you've been here 3 weeks longer than our last class. I don't give a shit.
And lastly, you need to let me cook on how to ask this one.
It's okay. You still got 12 minutes and 18 seconds.
All right, then I'm going to wait. Is it 12 minutes and 18 seconds?
If you wait any longer on what you're about to cook on, I'm just going to walk away.
Give me 5 minutes total. I'll
5 minutes to form your thoughts?
Yeah.
Duncan, I want to get out there. I don't like living my life in this PD. If you want to tell me something, tell me. If it can wait, it can wait.
I just need to figure out how to articulate it.
Just say it for what it is. Hey Siri, set a timer for 60 seconds.
60 seconds, starting now.